Today we're taking a look at Tesla's latest impact report, starting with their mission statement. In case you missed it, no longer just focused on sustainable energy, but, quote, our mission is to build a world of amazing abundance. The accompanying image here featuring an Optimus humanoid robot in its visor's reflection, presumably planet Earth, but you never know, give it enough time and that might actually be a fully terraformed Mars. The future is abundant. Since 2003, Tesla has been focused on having a positive impact on our world. First, our mission was to replace gas-powered vehicles with alternatives that are safer, cleaner, and more enjoyable. We then broadened our mission to include energy generation and storage for homes, businesses, and grids to make safer and cleaner electricity available to more people. Now, we are expanding our mission again to meet the evolving needs of civilization. Through the continued advent of autonomy and robotics, we can produce goods more efficiently, make more of them, and make them more affordable so that we can truly build a world of amazing abundance that is accessible to all. This is a truly ambitious mission, and one clearly that I don't think most people are taking seriously right now. But this is Tesla's intention. They're telling us what they are going to do. If we look out into the future, the marginal cost of energy, intelligence, and labor are all falling toward zero. This is what Tesla means when they describe amazing abundance that is accessible to all, creating a cleaner, safer, more enjoyable world for all. Now, I'm not going to read this entire document verbatim. You're welcome to follow along tesla.com/impact. There are some very valuable insights from a Tesla investor's point of view, so let's focus on those. Quote, we believe autonomy can save lives, time, and money while improving quality of life for everyone. And by the way, if true, and it will be, a major disruption is coming for global transportation. Autonomous humanoid robots will be deployed in factories, businesses, and homes to assist with dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks so that people can focus more of their time and energy on work that is impactful and moments that are important. And in fairness, at this stage, most people are not seeming to take Tesla's plans with their humanoid robots at all seriously. Imagine a future where Tesla is producing millions and millions, tens of millions or more of their humanoid robots every year, and they're being deployed in factories, businesses, and homes globally. One more useful note for investors. Our products are designed for maximum utilization. Autonomous vehicles like Cybercab will be hyper-utilized through our Robotaxi fleet, serving as many people as possible by being affordable, efficient, and accessible. On to the next page, and the Tesla is just a car company people have left the chat. A look at Tesla's products, the fully vertically integrated ecosystem, energy generation, energy storage, transportation, and manufacturing. Industrial batteries, solar, AI compute. I'm just going to emphasize this because a lot of people have forgotten, aren't aware. Tesla now has a product, essentially a plug-and-play AI data center. Manufacturing, remember, the real product is the factory, the machine that builds the machine. Robots, humanoids, trucking, electric vehicles, a charging network, robotaxis, home batteries, and home charging. There is not a single other company on this planet with fingers in even half of these pies. And here comes the Cybercab, our products in action. We aim to make autonomous electric transportation the standard by building the safest, most sustainable, and lowest cost per mile vehicles in the industry for both personal use and commercial fleets. This is how we unlock accessible transport for all people everywhere. As I have been saying for some time, you can put a pin in this. Tesla's ultimate cost per mile to consumers on the Cybercab platform, a dedicated autonomous vehicle, due to the dramatically lower manufacturing costs and, importantly, operational costs due to its extreme efficiency, lack of mass, and so on. The cost per mile Tesla will be able to profitably charge to consumers to use this service will be unmatched. A company attempting to compete with Tesla's Cybercabs at scale on cost per mile, if they attempt to match the same cost per mile Tesla's charging customers, these companies will lose money, which is not a sustainable business model. Transport as a service only has a few variables. Number one, how long do I have to wait? Number two, will it take me safely from point A to point B? And three, how much does it cost? The way to address wait times is to put enough of these vehicles on roads. And in order to do this, it would be extremely helpful if you happen to have the ability to produce hundreds of thousands, if not a few million vehicles per year. The next point, safety, is essentially a done deal. Very few companies will get legal approval to operate unsafe autonomous vehicles on roads. So we don't even need to think about this. Assume everyone's going to be equally safe, although Tesla's likely to be meaningfully safer. Then it comes down to cost. Speaking of cost, quote, by working to make autonomous ride-hailing more affordable and accessible than personal vehicle ownership, we believe our Robotaxi service will help reduce emissions and increase safety faster than selling individual vehicles. So if anyone's curious about the future of Tesla, I mean, don't be surprised if they keep selling Model 3s and Model Ys, because why not? But the biggest return Tesla's going to get on their mission, and they're telling you quite clearly here, is by scaling safe, reliable, ubiquitous, low-cost autonomous vehicles. Cybercab was designed for autonomy without a steering wheel or pedals, with only 2 seats and ample storage space. This vehicle will make up the majority of our Robotaxi fleet. Jumping in here again, which no doubt will be supplemented by a small, relatively speaking, number of Model 3s and or Ys, possibly some Cybertrucks, and eventually the Robovan. I've skipped ahead quite a bit. If anyone's curious on what they missed, Tesla makes products that are good for the environment and sustainable. Check this out. Today, these are starting prices, by the way, not manufacturing costs, starting prices. Model 3 rear-wheel drive, as I record this, at the time of publication, can be purchased in the United States for $36,990. The average new vehicle sold in the United States, $49,353, meaning Model 3 is available for a significantly lower purchase price than the average consumer is paying for the average US vehicle today. Roughly 25% lower than the average vehicle. That's where the Model 3 starts. Incredible stuff. As Tesla says, we are making EVs more accessible. For millions of drivers, the decision to switch from an ICE vehicle to an EV is driven largely by cost. It probably goes without saying, but let's just say it anyway. Most consumers looking at purchasing a new vehicle have a limited budget. This next fact will absolutely blow your mind. Make sure you're sitting down. If you can't afford it, you can't buy it. No matter how good the product, no matter how compelling, the biggest needle mover is cost. Tesla has made incredible progress on this front, but there is still work to do. As they note, we have made this switch more compelling by making our vehicles more affordable, unlike many EVs on the market that are priced at a premium. Should be self-evident, but all one need do is look at the sales data for electric vehicles sold or vehicles sold in any region, any market over time, and you'll notice consistently Tesla's 2 high-volume vehicles, the Model 3 and Model Y, dominating. It's not just that they are the best products by far in their respective categories, but also they offer by far the best value, meaning how much you get for what you pay. Just one final note on EVs and prices, by the way. The Model 3 rear-wheel drive, their entry-level electric vehicle today, being sold for just under $37,000 US. Tesla's actual cost to manufacture, to produce this vehicle, is significantly lower, meaning they're actually making a profit on these vehicles. Unlike, let's say here, literally every single other electric vehicle being sold in any reasonable volumes at all on the entire planet. The reason I emphasize this is just to remind you guys of the massive impact that Tesla's Cybercab will have. Tesla's already producing Model 3s today. And this is just a guess, an educated guess, but the cost to produce this entry-level Model 3 is probably in the very low $30,000 range. I mean, it could even be like high 20s, but let's just say 30,000, 31, 32, maybe 33 at worst. The Cybercab, Tesla's dedicated robotaxi, is designed and engineered with an entirely new manufacturing system, specifically to be extremely low cost to produce, extremely fast and efficient to produce, and extremely low cost to operate. Tesla's cost to manufacture Cybercab has to absolutely be in the $20,000 US range, somewhere in the 20s. Maybe it's 25, maybe it's 23, maybe it's 27. At higher volume, could be much lower than that. I'm sure we'll come back to this point. What a coincidence, the very next page in this report. The Model Y cost per mile is better than mass market ICE vehicles. Total cost of ownership per mile, Model Y rear-wheel drive, 77 cents, inclusive of insurance, maintenance, tires, repairs, electricity, or in the case of the ICE vehicles, gasoline, plus depreciation, taxes, fees, incentives, and financing. All in cost per mile. Extraordinary value. But remember earlier in this very presentation, Tesla was talking about the total cost of using their robotaxis being meaningfully lower than personal vehicle ownership. Just keep this in mind. On to full self-driving supervised for now, which surely everybody knows makes roads safer for everyone, despite what the fake news would have you believe. It's worth emphasizing some of these stats here. After all, this is Tesla's impact report, and where else are they having a bigger impact than saving lives, preventing collisions, injuries, permanent disabilities? Here's some data versus the US national average. Tesla vehicles on full self-driving supervised, 8 times fewer major collisions, 7 times fewer minor collisions, and 6 times fewer off-highway collisions, approaching an order of magnitude difference. And you can extrapolate these. Minor injuries, major injuries, fatalities. We're talking about serious lives saved, injuries saved. And in case you didn't get the message earlier on, page 17, with the title, Shifting from Individual Vehicle Ownership to Autonomous Ride-Hailing. While personal EV ownership is important to sustainable transportation, it does not solve for the underutilization of individual vehicles. The average passenger vehicle is only used about 10 hours per week. That means the majority of a vehicle's life is spent idle, while still costing its owner money and requiring a parking space. For those of you living in large metropolitan cities around the world, many of you will surely be aware of the extreme cost associated with a single parking space. Never mind potential inconvenience if you're in high density buildings with car stackers and the breakdowns and so on. Fully autonomous vehicles can be hyper utilized through ride hailing fleets when their owners are not using them. Cybercab unlocks our autonomous future. Cybercab is purpose built for autonomy. It eliminates many traditional controls, also known as costs, expanding cabin space while reducing vehicle weight and operational costs. Cybercab uses our 4680 battery cells, steer-by-wire technology, and 48-volt architecture, with the latter enabling the delivery of power to different parts of the vehicle more efficiently. It also leverages our unboxed manufacturing process that builds each vehicle more efficiently with less factory space. These innovations further reduce manufacturing costs while meeting or exceeding global safety standards. Tesla also notes that 85% of ride-hailing trips carry 1 or 2 passengers. That's why they designed Cybercab as a compact 2-seater. An important point, this is why it was so unbelievably easy to predict the form factor. I called it miles away this was going to be a 2-seater. It was so obvious. Not because I'm smart, but because I'm not extremely retarded. All one need do is look at the number of trips that involve either 1 or 2 passengers globally today and go, oh, it's more than 80% of all transport as a service. I guess if you're going to optimize for lowest operational cost, lowest cost per mile, then you would design a dedicated 2-seater vehicle, and you could potentially supplement the remaining 10-20% of rides with a smaller number of 4 or 5-seater vehicles, such as your existing Model 3s and Model Ys. Plus, here's a crazy thought. You got 4 passengers, you could always just call 2 Cybercabs, bruv. Now we start to get to some of the really juicy, nerdy details for investors. We have an actual image of this Cybercab production, simplifying the paint shop process to further reduce Cybercab emissions. A new reaction injection molding process, the RIM process. So I think we'll call this the RIM job. The RIM job reduces manufacturing cycle times from hours to just minutes with paint injected during the molding process. So yes, obviously this is a big win for emissions, but more importantly, this is a huge cost, time, and space saver for Cybercab. Just to translate, if anyone didn't quite catch that, there's no paint shop. They just inject the paint into the mold in one step. If you don't know, by the way, the actual cost for a conventional paint shop in an automotive manufacturing system is usually many hundreds of millions of dollars, let alone enormous amount of time involved. This one slide, what we can learn from this: massively reduced cost, massively reduced factory footprint per unit of output, and massively reduced time. Lower cost, smaller factory footprint, much faster. In terms of impact, and I'm not talking about emissions, although funnily enough, it's also up there, but in terms of impact for Tesla investors, this is probably the most important slide in the entire impact report. As I've been emphasizing for a number of years now, Tesla's unboxed manufacturing process is designed to not just massively reduce the actual cost to produce vehicles, in this case the Cybercab, but it's not just designed to massively reduce the cost to produce vehicles, though it will. It's not just designed to massively reduce complexity, parts, processes, failure points in the entire production system, although it will. but it's also designed to massively increase the output per cubic meter of factory space. In Tesla's own words, their new rim job process, quote, reduces manufacturing cycle times. Remember, time is money. From hours to just minutes. Investors do not seem to fully appreciate, realize, or understand that as Cybercab production ramps up, these things will be flying off production lines at a rate faster than any vehicle in history from a factory far smaller than anyone could have envisioned producing X amount of vehicles. A tsunami of Cybercabs will be flooding the United States and then the world. People are not prepared for how quickly these things will saturate market after market after market. This entire report from Tesla was very clear. Personal vehicle ownership is in the past. Tesla is all in on autonomy. In terms of their vehicle business, the best way for Tesla to impact, not just in terms of emissions, environment, but also safety, saving lives, preventing injuries, is through high vehicle utilization. The best way to do that is to rapidly and widely deploy safe, ubiquitous, extremely affordable autonomous vehicles. The impact Tesla will have in the coming years will dwarf everything they've done in the company's 23-year history. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the content and want to support the channel, check out the links below where you can get early access to daily videos, unlock hundreds of exclusive pieces of content, and plenty more. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.